Thank you all for being here. Kindly keep subscribing for more videos. In this video, I am going to tell you about the biblical origin of an ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. The origins of the Israel-Palestine conflict are often viewed through a modern political and territorial lens. But some people also explore it through a biblical perspective, tracing the historical connections of the land and the people involved. Here's an overview based on biblical narratives. 1. Abraham's covenant with God. The Bible tells of a covenant made between God and Abraham, considered the patriarch of both Jews and Arabs. In the book of Genesis, God promises Abraham that his descendants will inherit the land of Canaan. Abraham had 2 sons, Isaac and Ishmael. According to biblical tradition, Isaac is considered the forefather of the Jewish people, while Ishmael is seen as an ancestor of the Arab people. 2. Isaac and Ishmael's descendants. Jewish tradition, and later the Christian tradition, see the land as primarily connected to the descendants of Isaac, who went on to become the Israelites. Over time, these people settled in and around what would later become known as the kingdoms of Israel and Judah. Islamic tradition also honors Abraham and views Ishmael as an ancestor of Muhammad and the Arab people, which also ties Arab heritage and identity to the same land. 3. The kingdoms of Israel and Judah. In the Old Testament, Israelite tribes descended from Jacob are said to have conquered and settled the land of Canaan. The united monarchy under King Saul, David, and Solomon was a peak period for the kingdom of Israel. After Solomon, the kingdom was divided into Israel in the north and Judah in the south. Both kingdoms eventually fell to foreign powers, Israel to Assyria and Judah to Babylon, resulting in exile for many Jews, though some later returned to the land. 4. Roman rule and Jewish exile. By the time of the New Testament, the region was under Roman rule, and tensions between Jewish groups and the Roman Empire grew. A significant rebellion in 70 CE led to the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, and by 135 CE, many Jews were exiled from the region after the Bar Kokhba revolt. This period is critical because it marked the start of the Jewish diaspora and Roman renaming of the region as Palestine in an effort to suppress Jewish identity there. 5. Islamic tradition and the Holy Land. The Quran also emphasizes the holiness of this land, and Islam reveres sites like the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, which became a sacred site after the Muslim conquest of the area in the 7th century. Jerusalem is considered the 3rd holiest city in Islam, after Mecca and Medina. Islamic tradition sees the land as connected to the prophets, many of whom are shared between the Quran and the Bible, linking the faith to the land and adding another layer of religious significance. 6. Religious significance in modern claims. For Jews, the biblical narrative provides a historical and spiritual connection to the land, which forms a foundation for the concept of a Jewish homeland. For Muslims, Jerusalem and Palestine are also deeply sacred, with significant ties through Islamic history and Quranic teachings, reinforcing the importance of the land in the Arab and Muslim identity. Summary: the Bible provides a basis for the Jewish connection to the land, particularly through the covenant with Abraham, the history of the Israelites, and the later kingdom of Israel. Islamic tradition, while not part of the Bible, also ties the Arab people to Abraham through Ishmael and venerates Jerusalem. However, the modern Israel-Palestine conflict is primarily a political and territorial dispute, shaped by more recent historical and political events, with the biblical and religious claims adding spiritual and cultural dimensions to the ongoing struggle. See you in our next episode. Thank you.